Yeah, I mean, a huge amount of food for thought from today. I'm sure you will agree. Really hard to distill some of the key messages. So just a few quick thoughts from me. So firstly, the evidence is really clear, particularly the impact on our children, young people, and indeed future generations. There's some really good news in there on a lot of measures. Air pollution is coming down, air quality is improving in many places. But the bad news is that's not everywhere. In many cases, it's the people who are most vulnerable to it who are still suffering. Stephen's stats before really hit home to me that hospital admissions for respiratory issues have doubled in the last 15 years. So despite all of the good progress that we've heard about, those health impacts are still becoming more acute. That's not just outside, lots of good work going on. We've heard about transport and various other things outside, but also inside people's homes. And that is trickier, I think. Partly it's none of our statutory responsibilities, county or district. Partly it's probably politically slightly more difficult to talk about things in people's homes. There's a reach problem, a perception problem. And that links to one of the other things that I think has come out really strongly from the day, which is that communication on this is really tricky to the public. There's an information question, there's an education question, and there's a real kind of issue around what is the role of us as county and district councils, as officers, as elected members, and indeed as other parts of the wider public sector here in Hertfordshire. What are each of our roles? And I think Matt put it really well earlier when he said the key thing is working together through each of our individual statutory responsibilities to make a collective difference for our residents across the piece. So what can we do? I think there are some concrete actions that I would urge you to take away from today. So please make use of the resource pack that you have now just been given. It is possible that you will be given banners in about 4 minutes' time when they are due to arrive at the front desk, just-in-time delivery at its best. But if they don't get here in time, we will make sure they get to somewhere that you can collect them easily, either here or County Hall, or indeed potentially District Council's offices if we need to. Please encourage organisations in your wards to get involved. Schools, for example, involved in Clean Air Day, anti-idling campaigns, the mode shift stars that we heard about in terms of travel planning for schools, really important. Please promote the sustainability survey. You have all heard about it separately, but there is a QR code on the screen just at the back. If you don't know where it is in your inbox, please go and take a photo of that and promote that, particularly to young people. We're really keen to hear what young people think on these issues. And we'd love to hear from you over the next few weeks and months in terms of what is working and what isn't. So of the resources we've given you, but also of the conversations that we really hope you're going to have on the back of today, going out and talking to your local residents, businesses and others. Let us know what is working. Let us know where more needs to be done, where we can support you better to have some of those conversations, because you are the people who are out there. You know your communities best. You're out there talking to them all the time. I suppose the final point for me is really how we frame this debate is going to be really important and increasingly important over the next 12 months. So a bit of a plea picking up on what Sir Stephen said earlier. Here in Hertfordshire, let's try not to make this a party political issue over the next kind of 12, 18 months. There's going to be lots of pressure to do that, both nationally and locally. I absolutely accept that. I suppose my plea to you all would be support, please, where you can, the measures that are being proposed to make a difference. So whether that's 20-mile-an-hour zones, whether it's pedestrianisation, whether it's bus priority measures, please support those where you can. I know they can be contested, particularly locally. We want to hear feedback. We're on all of these measures. We are consulting with local residents and through yourselves. So do tell us when they are contested locally. But where you can, please support those things and help us frame the debate in a way which is proactive and not just listening to public opinion, but informing public opinion and trying to not just respond to it, but also lead the debate locally so that we can get to see some of the change that we really want and need to see in our local communities. We will provide everything we can at officer level to help you in all of those debates. If you're not getting what you need from us, please come to us, whether it's the transport team, whether it's Matt and the Clean Air team. We really want to help make change happen. And I suppose my final thing is just picking up on what Sir Stephen said, which is we have a real opportunity here in Hertfordshire and now and in the next few months and years to make sure that our children and our young people and future generations are growing up in a place where they have access to clean air, where they're not suffering from air pollution and everything that we now know goes along with that. So we are the people collectively across county, across districts and the wider public sector system who can really help make that happen. So thank you so much for being here today. I hope you've taken away a lot from it. I'm going to finish with a big thank you to everyone for being here, particularly to the team who have been working really hard to make today happen, and above all to Emily for organising the day, and Matt for running it and everything that you as a team do throughout the year. So thank you very much. Our banner's here, Emily, maybe? We'll see, but you might get one on the way out, but have a good rest of the day. Thank you.